Well, as you can see, where I live, it's currently very stormy out there. Or, well, it was earlier when I woke up. But that's not the point. The point is, I feel like doing a Transformer with a waterborne alternate mode. Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today, the review will be on Energon Dreadwing. Now, as we can see, Dreadwing here transforms into this speedboat, which, I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty awesome. I mean, imagine this battleship just cruising along the sea. I mean, this thing looks intimidating. But, yeah, before I continue, well, here's a fun fact. Dreadwing was not the original mold. This guy is a recolor of a figure called Mirage. And Mirage was supposed to be a reformatted version of Armada Tidal Wave. I know, pretty confusing. But what I don't understand is, why did they name him Mirage? I mean, normally that's an Autobot name, but they used it on a Decepticon. I mean, they could have called it, like, any other name, like, call it Whirlpool or something, but Mirage? Really? But I'm going off on a tangent. This isn't about Mirage, this is about Dreadwing. And Dreadwing is a much more appropriate name. Sure, it's more used on jets, but if you see this guy's hyper mode, you'll understand the name. And this is when my throat stops working. Yeah, having a 360. Well, we can see that this guy is pretty cool looking at almost every angle. I mean, at the top, we can see some details. The Decepticon insignia and the Decepticon spark crystal, along with what's clearly supposed to be his arms. You have the underneath, which doesn't have any robot shite underneath. Pretty good. No kibble. And well, that's pretty much it. Although I do have a few things to show first, before I show off his modes. Here I have the packaging for Dreadwing. I am not joking. I have this guy's box. As well, recently, while browsing on eBay, I saw a listing for Dreadwing that was, it was just an auction for the figure itself. I was going to bid on it, but got a bit too high for my liking. But then a wee while later, I saw another listing for Dreadwing, along with the box and everything else. Don't worry, it wasn't sealed. I mean, I have opened sealed figures before, but it wasn't sealed, but it still had everything. The packaging, the instructions, the cards, and even a little packing comic. And you know, I had to have this guy. But yeah, having a look at Dreadwing's packaging. The Power Links battles. Dreadwing right there. Electronic battle sounds. The side, we have a cross-sale ad for Cliff Jumper, who I'm planning on getting soon. Shock Blast, who I have previously reviewed. And Energon Ironhide. And, well, I've already reviewed the other Ironhide. Honestly, I prefer to call this guy Roadbuster, the Energon Ironhide recolor. The other side just has Dreadwing. Comic book and collector card included. The comic book is just one of the Energon packing mini comics, you know. Like the one where I believe it's Prowl, Inferno, and Landmine. Coming along to the back, here we can see Dreadwing's hyper mode and robot mode. Dreadwing's actual robot mode and his vehicle mode. And his hyper mode vehicle mode. The top just has Dreadwing, and the underneath has another cross sail. This time for Energon Strong Arm, and I already have the original Strong Arm up there if you can see them with Hot Shot. Along with Doomlock, Slug Slinger, and Sharkticon. And I really want to get Sharkticon because he looks cool. I mean, Slug Slinger, maybe not. Because I've seen Bolt Matrix, I've seen the review from Bolt Matrix about Slug Slinger, and he straight up hates that figure, so maybe not. That's pretty much it for the box. If I could just get my camera back. I also have the card for Dreadwing. Now, if you see my other previous Energon reviews, then you'll know I have a few other cards for the Energon figures. Now, turning this around. Oh, wow, I've just noticed this. Because I only got this guy yesterday, or the day before recording this, and I never took the time to read the card, but as you can see, his strength, intelligence, speed, endurance, rank, courage, fire blast, and skill are all unknown. Which makes this guy really mysterious, and I straight up love that. So, Dreadwing is supposed to be a mysterious character, and I think that is utterly amazing. But now coming down to his hyper mode, well, this is where things get a little bit confusing. I'll show you what I mean. If you remember the packaging, it showed the hyper mode like that with the wings and missile launchers out. Whereas with the instructions, it just tells you to leave it out like that. As if it's one of the G1 Tetrajets. Now, to show you the hyper mode, I'll show you the one that they show on the packaging. So, come in here. Flip out these missile launchers with the press of a button. And they make a noise. I don't know if it's supposed to be like this, but on my one, they sort of just droop down a little bit. Come in here and then just fold these out. Then if you can, untab it and lift that up. And that's pretty much Dreadwing in his hyper mode. Missiles can fire. Or if I can actually get... Well, they can't fire, as you saw there. So look in these ones. And I can't tell if this is actually incorrectly. It was. But yeah, trying to put him back. Also sharp. Yeah, every time you move the missile launchers around, it makes that noise. It can get quite tedious. But if we just get him transformed, then I'm going to have to raise my camera for this. And by raise camera, I mean forget to pause the video as you reach for a Transformers box. But yeah, this time I've actually forgot to pause the video, but... Now, Dreadwing's transformation... Well, let's just say it's quite intricate. Also, yes, I'm using a Titan's Return box. I'm using the box for a Titan's Return Astro Train to stand my camera up. But to transform Dreadwing, and I'll move this forward so you don't get distracted by the box. To transform Dreadwing, as I said, Well, let's just get on with it. So come in here, split the ship open, and tap the wings like you're going into his hyper mode. Then it's best to just move them out like so. If I can not hit the camera. Take this entire section, if you can reach, and just move that entire thing out. And that's actually the batteries for the sound thing. Take the feet and then just get them out of the way. Then, if you can, you have to untab the legs, as you can see. It has these little tabs that these holes plug into. That allows you to just, well, it allows you to move it forwards. Can't really show it that well though. Come in here with the feet if you can, and open them up. Have to try and straighten out the heels as well. Yeah, this is what I meant when I said this guy's transformation is quite intricate. Try and get the boat halves out the way. And these things do pop off, so just excuse me. So yeah, try and get them out the way if you can. Come in here, take this bit, and actually, if you can, rotate it upwards, or well, I forgot a step. Supposed to come in here and turn this entire bit around, which I'll do off camera because this is, yeah, this is quite awkward. So what you do is, you move this up to get it out the way, and then you actually turn the waist around. That allows you to take this, turn that around, well, and then just move this up like so, and then just, well, if you can, this bit can often be a pain in the ass. But you should soon have it eventually. Get these bits down, and your pain and suffering with this transformation, if you haven't skipped it, is nearly over. Finally come in here and turn this around. Actually plug the head into there. Get the arms, if you can. And then just try and orient them like so. Come in here with the mini port and push out the fist. Then if I can just get this arm done. Then just fold these however you see fit. I don't really know which way is correct, but I'll just leave it like that. And after all that torment, we finally have Dreadwing in his robot mode. Oop, I hit the table by accident. But yeah, that transformation was really intricate. And I can't really think of any other figures in Energon who have that level of complexity in their transformations. Let me tell you, ironically, I dread trying to transform this guy because, well, it can be quite awkward. But enough about the transformation. Let's have a look at this guy's head. As you can see, this head, well, I remember Bolt Matrix describing Mirage's head as some sort of evil scuba diver. And I guess I can sort of see it here too. I mean, he's got this little two-pronged crown at the front. But, Now, turning around, we can see... Oh, boy. Yeah, these shell halves that keep popping... These shell halves that keep popping off, they just form this really long coat tail. So what I do... I lift these straight up. I mean, sure you can argue that it looks a bit silly, but I make this argument as I just try and figure this out. I do make this argument. Well, what if it was on your shelf? Normally you would never be able to display this guy correctly on a shelf because, well, I mean, yeah, because of that back junk. Sorry about that. I was trying to sort the shell halves because they kept popping off. But yeah, normally I just have it up like so. Granted, you can argue that he looks a bit silly now, but I do make this argument. As I said, this is pretty much just a space saver. I can't even speak. This is a space saver for when he's on the shelf. So yeah. Now, having a 360, we can see what used to be the missile launches going on his back. And this is a complaint. If you have these up, this guy can become really top heavy. Because, of course, every figure I review has to be top heavy. Hasbro, get your shit together. Well, I mean, pretty much already have. This has been... what, over 10 years since Energon came out, so... Oh, hang on. Apologies, folks. I have an Amazon Echo, and she was just reminding me to do something. Trust me, she never shuts up. But, well, as I was saying, this guy's just really top-heavy. So, even though this is going to look ugly, for the rest of the review, I'll just display him with the boathouse down like he's supposed to be. I know it looks ugly, but here we can see what used to be part of the hyper mode for his vehicle mode on the back here, and why you can actually still activate the hyper mode. So if we just push this, form some back launches, and then these can fold out again. Well, I do like to display them with these things out. I don't display them with these things out. This is how I display Dreadwing. But now coming in for this guy's articulation. Head can move. Arms can move up on little ratchets. Sideways elbow action, as well as actual elbows. Of course, like any good figure can, he's able to T-pose. Waist articulation, if he can. Just can move out, so he can do the splits. Once again, like any good figure can. These things can move out and have knees. And I guess if you try and get the boathouse out of the way, they can't... Even if you get the boathouse out of the way, they can't really move back at all. What of this? Now, I have heard reports that Mirage's legs can pop off quite easily. But with Dreadwing, I haven't had any issues with him yet. Oh, I mean, aside from the transformation. But that's pretty much all I have to say about Dreadwing. So, do I recommend Dreadwing? Or Mirage, for that matter? Well, I'd say proceed with caution. Because, well, I mean, come on. The transformation was just freaking intricate. And, well, the transformation was really intricate. These boat houses can come off quite easily. Not to mention, if you have these up, he can be a bit top heavy. So I'd say, go ahead, but be cautious with them. I can't even see his head. But yeah, that's been my review on Energon Dreadwing. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.